Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how you can level up the fastest in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now you will need the season pass for this as we will be playing on the Giant. So if you're trying to level up the fastest you will need the Giant. However, Shadows of Evil is also a great way to level up if you can get to higher rounds. But this method is by far the fastest and most likely the easiest as well, as you only need one person. So start up that solo game on the Giant and I'm going to show you guys how you can level up super easy. So when you first get in here, what you need to do is just put a 3 to 4 shots in each one of the zombies, and then you can go and proceed to knife them. Now this is going to get you the most possible points per zombie kill, and it's also just going to make things a lot quicker and a lot easier in the end. So just melee through the first couple of rounds, and once you have about 3,500 points, that's when you want to head out of the first room and head to the power. If you do get lucky enough to get a double points or an insta-kill or something, that is going to help you out a lot, but if you get a nuke, you don't really want to pick it up, because if you do, you're not going to get as many points in the end. It's only going to give you 400 for the nuke, but if you were to kill about 5 or 6 zombies, that could easily get you about 800 points. So if you see a nuke, you really don't want to pick it up unless you are in a tight situation or something. But once you get back here, you will turn the power on immediately, and the first thing that I like to do is open up that back door as well, so that I can start linking up the teleporters. So now that we have the back door open and we have enough points, we can pick up the KN-44 off the wall. Now I'm going to be running this for probably about the rest of the game. In my opinion, that's got to be the best weapon on this map. It's right there on the wall, and that's where I like to sit. So if you're going to pick up ammo later on down the road, you will need this KN-44. So once you have your KN-44 and one of the teleporters linked up, the next thing that you need is Jug. So save up to 2,500 points, and then you can get Jug and move on to the next step. So now that you have Jug, it is time to start saving your money for the rest of the teleporters. So what I like to do is I like to use the starting pistol to maximize the amount of points I can get. I put a bunch of bullets in them, and then I proceed to knife them just so I can get a couple extra points. Now this really isn't necessary, but if you just want to get everything out of the way super quickly, this is the way to do it. So just get as many points as you can, and then you can just go ahead and sit in the back by the catwalk. So you sit in the back by the catwalk, and all you need to really do is just get a bunch of points. Now, by round 10 or so, you will want to have that Pack-a-Punch open. So you can really do whatever you want, any doors you want, so you can just do them whatever you want. I like to do it in the middle of the dog round so I don't really waste any time. I can just run around really quickly, link up all the pads, and then worry about the dogs later. So if you have enough points by the first time the dogs come around, you will want to start linking up your teleporters. So once you have all your teleporters linked up, you can head back to the catwalk, and all you really need to do at this point now is just sit up here until about round 12. So as you can see, I did have enough points to also start picking up some perks. So the perks that I like to run to make it really far are Juggernaut, Sleight of Hand, Quick Revive, and Double Tap. So Quick Revive isn't really a necessity, but once you go down, you'll be done. So I do like to just make sure that I have that. And Double Tap will also become a necessity towards the end of the game, so you will also want that. So now at this point, if you do still need some points, or you're feeling like you don't actually have everything you want, you can continue to just start knifing the zombies to get a little extra points. But all you really need to do is make sure that you are Pack-a-Punch by round 12. Now this isn't really necessary, but honestly, I do like to just make sure that I have at least one weapon Pack-a-Punch by round 12, just in case I get into a little tight situation. That can really help you get out of it, as it is going to be a little overpowered at the beginning of the game. Now another method that I like to use in order to level up really quickly is to use weapons that I don't already have maxed out. So as you can see right now, I did end up switching out the KN-44 for the Kuda, and I also do have the Pharaoh as my secondary, just to make sure that I'm getting bonus XP for all the challenges that I'm completing every time I level up a gun. So now that it's rank 12, you want to head to the Pack-a-Punch machine. Now, Pack-a-Punch is the weapon that you actually do want to use for the whole game, so this would be your lowest level weapon. So for me, that's the Kuda. I haven't really used that too much, so that's what I'm Pack-a-Punching this game, and I'm going to be running that for the whole rest of this game. Now your second weapon doesn't really matter right now. You don't really want to Pack-a-Punch that either, and you also don't want to double Pack-a-Punch either, because that's just going to be a little too overpowered for this early round. So now all you really need to do is just go back to the catwalk. You will be sitting here for about the rest of the game, so you will want to get used to this spot. It is a little boring, but this is by far the fastest way you can level in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So for me, to start things out, I don't use my Pack-a-Punch weapon unless I absolutely need to, because the lower level weapon is just going to give me more points, because it's going to take more bullets to kill them. So as you can see, I've already leveled up once just by sitting up here, and all you really need to do now is just keep earning a little bit more points, and by round 15, you should be completely set up. Alright, so here we are on round 15. As you guys can see, I have gotten a ton of points, because I just got one double points, and that alone got me to about 30,000 points. So now is when I like to go ahead and Pack-a-Punch my second weapon, as I don't really have to worry about money anymore. You can just Pack-a-Punch your second weapon. Now I still don't suggest you guys double Pack-a-Punch anything, as it's just too early in the game. You're going to end up killing the zombies a little too quickly, and the only reason that's a bad thing is because you do want to make sure that you're still leveling up your guns as fast as possible in order to complete the challenges, which will then get you an XP boost. Now, once you've pack-a-punched both of your guns and you're ready to just start leveling up your weapons, you're pretty much set. You just need to sit up here on the catwalk, and you can continue to get your headshots and continue to get your kills for your guns. Now, this is why this is probably the easiest method, is because you only need one person, and you can just sit up here for the entire game, and you don't really even have to worry about going down unless you jump down from the spot. Now, once you feel that you're pretty safe, you've got both your guns pack-a-punch, you're pretty much set up, you've got tons of money, and all you're really doing is sitting up on the catwalk. Now, this is the time where you do want to start saving a zombie and start hitting the mystery box. Now, you won't really need to worry about getting any guns out of the mystery box, because you should pretty much be set for the game on your guns by now by just buying those 2 guns off the wall. And then all you really want at this point is monkey bombs. Now, monkey bombs won't really be that game-changing, but they will help you down the road. If you get to round 25 or so, you will start to need them. So it's better just to get them early on than it is to get them later, so that's why I like to save a zombie and hit the mystery box a couple times in order to get my monkeys. Now at this point, I still have not gotten my monkey bombs out of the mystery box. However, I was getting kind of bored of the Kuda, and I did also manage to complete a bunch of the challenges, so I went ahead and switched that out for the Shiva, and got that pack punch as well, because that thing's pretty useless without it. So we're going to continue to level up our weapons a little more, and then save a zombie at the end, and try to get those monkey bombs. But all you guys really need to do, just still sit up here on this catwalk, try for the monkey bombs, and then once you get them, you should be set for quite a while. Now, once you pass round 20, it is extremely important that you actually do stay on this catwalk, unless it's the end of the round and you have a zombie saved, because if you jump down in the middle of the round, there's a very high chance you will go down, and you really don't want to do that. It's rounds 20 to 35 that are the most important, because this is when you're going to be able to get the most of the kills, which is going to help you to level up your weapons, and also get you a bunch more XP in the end. So once you hit round 20 is when you really want to start playing safe and just stay on the catwalk all the time. Now, this may seem a little boring, but in the long run, it will be worth it, and you should be able to level up a lot faster by doing this. So at around round 28, I was sitting up here and managed to get a fire sale, and I managed to finally get those monkey bombs as well. So hopefully you guys have gotten them by this point, because this is pretty late in the game to even be trying to still be looking for them. It is really recommended that you have them by about round 25 or so. But finally, eventually you will get them, and then you can start to sit on the catwalk some more. And you can also do the Easter egg if you'd like, just to get some extra perks. So if you have the monkey bombs and you haven't done the Easter egg, it's really easy. All you need to do is throw a monkey bomb in the teleporter and then teleport. You do this with all 3 of the teleporters, and then you will hit the big red button that is located right next to the teleporter pad, and then you will unlock a special perk. It'll either be Stamina Up or Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, I like to get Stamina Up, so if you get Deadshot Daiquiri, you can get it if you'd like, but that's not really something I would pick up. Now, you're probably wondering how it is I even get the perk, because I already have 4 perks. Now, this is where the gumballs can come into play. Either you can get the Unquenchable Gumball and then just get another perk right away, or you can get on the house and you'll have a chance of getting Mule Kick or whatever the special perk is in the side room. Now for me, I don't really like to use gumballs at all, so I just go ahead and wait until I go down the first time, and then I just won't buy Quick Revive anymore, and I'll just buy Stamina Up instead. Now this is totally up to you at this point. Whatever you want to do is perfectly fine, but in the end, all you're really going to be doing is sitting in the catwalk anyway, so if you don't really need Stamina Up to sit on the catwalk, then you probably shouldn't pick it up. Now at this point, nothing really changes. All that has changed at this point is I've picked up yet another weapon, because I've already completed a bunch of the challenges for the other one I had, so now we're working on the Pharaoh. Now eventually, if you really are just trying to get really far, these weapons are going to become useless, and you will need to buy the KN-44 off the wall in order to survive. So if you have managed to make it to round 30, you will need to double pack punch at this point. You will need to have that perk on your weapon in order to actually kill the zombies at this point and stay alive. So now that you've double pack a punch and you've gotten the perks you like on your weapons, it's time to just get back on the catwalk. So this method will last pretty easily up until about round 35 or so. Now things can get pretty tricky and it's pretty easy to go down at this point, so remember to use your monkey bombs if you need them, and just try to stay alive as much as you can and level up your weapon. So at this point, I found the Pharaoh to just be a little too underpowered, and I really just couldn't take it anymore, so I went ahead and picked up the KN-44. This is about the strongest weapon you can get off the wall, and it's also located right next to the catwalk. So I'm going to show you guys a quick little tip on how you can get the KN-44 to last just about as long as possible. So at this point, you will be rocking the KN-44, and you probably will be having a little bit of trouble unless you've hit the box and gotten some sort of LMG or something. So this is how I like to get the ammo. I take a monkey bomb, and then I throw it right off of that wall. Now if you get lucky, you can usually bounce it right off the wall, and it'll go to the floor, and it makes it really easy just to come down here, get some ammo, and then teleport right on out. So here we are at round 34 now. I didn't go down and not even bother to pick up Quick Revive again. I just went ahead and got Stamina up, Double Tap, Jug, and Sleight of Hand. But now, this is where things are going to get pretty hard, so if you die at this point, you've at least gotten a bunch of XP by now, and it's not really that big a deal. But you can just go ahead and survive as long as you can, and then get to the end of your game, and that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Once you've done all this, you should have tons of XP at the end of the game. I managed to last about 35 rounds doing this, so hopefully you guys can get just as far, if not even farther. And at the end of the game, you will see you have leveled a bunch of times. So I went from about 24 to round 26, and as you guys can see, I've got a bunch of XP for completing all of these challenges, and that is really the main purpose of this, is just to use the lowest level weapon you have, and that way you can get a bunch of challenges. As you guys can see, I did even unlock Red Hex for that BMP as well, getting me a bunch of XP just for completing these challenges. So hopefully this guide helped you guys out to get a bunch of XP in zombies. This can pretty much work to level up your zombies rank and just to level up your guns as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below. Let me know how far you guys got in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.